Welcome guys, and in today's fish video I will be showing you guys how to get all of the new rods, as well as showcasing all of the new rods and the new Ancient Isles update. Make your way to Ancient Isles, go to the location where I am. You want to drop down this area using the rope. Once you do drop down here, you do need to get 4 gemstones. You want to get a solar gemstone, a earth gemstone, a ancient gemstone, as well as a deep sea gemstone. By getting each gemstone, you want to put it on each pedestal according to the fragment / gemstones color, such as the solar one being orange, green one going to go ahead and be the earth fragment, so on and so on. So once you got these fragments, the door will then open up. You can get fragments from metals and by fishing. Once you are inside of the Ancient Isles area, you want to follow exactly where I go, and as you guys can see, in order to get these rods, you want to craft them. There's actually a recipe what you need to get in order to go ahead and get these recipes. In order to get these recipes, you want to get gemstones. By getting gemstones, you'll be able to unlock the rod pretty much. Keep in mind guys, you do need to be quite a high level to unlock most of these rods, at least over like 100 just to get decent rods. So yeah, unfortunately you gotta get quite a lot of levels in order to get these rods guys, so make sure you are grinding your XP. However, let's showcase these rods by showing the Voyager rod. So this is one of the rods that you can get by crafting. So the main thing that you guys need to know about each one of these rods is the passives. The passives are the most important thing that you need to know about these rods. So the Voyager rod does give you a 25% chance of every fish that you get to be fossilized. And not only that, the progress speed when you do catch a fish is absolutely insane. So there's a 25% chance of a fish being fossilized. Maybe you get less money on that just because how good this rod is for catching fish quickly. So you do get fish really quickly, but there's a bad passive where there's a 25% chance of the fish being fossilized. However, you can either make money or lose money from that. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure. We are now moving on to the very next rod, which is the resourceful rod. So what this rod does basically do, it does double your bait chances. What this basically means, if you've got a bait such as a rapid catcher, it does act as you are using like 2 rapid catchers at the same time. So bait does become a lot more powerful when you are using the resourceful rod. Pretty good, not going to lie. We're now going to move on to the precision rod. This is pretty much a rapid rod, but with more resilience. That is literally what the passive does say. So it's a rapid rod, but more resilient, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. We're now moving on to the riptide rod. This is a rod. When you do get 5 perfect catches, you will get a boost, which is called high tide, where you will get 30% more rarity on that high tide fish. So once you do catch 5 perfect catches, the next fish you do get will have 30% more rarity, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. We now move on to the season rod. The season rod is one of them rods where you can choose a certain season. So basically the season rod, you can either choose winter, spring, autumn, or summer. Highly recommend you choosing spring, as spring will give you the highest mutation. So the season rod does give you a season buff where you can sell the fish for a lot more money depending on what season rod you do go for. Recommend you getting the spring one. Pretty sure you can change what season rod you do get by crafting it. You get these rods by crafting, like I did say. We're now going to move on to the Rod of the Eternal King. The passive for the rod, which is called Rod of the Eternal King, will give you every 30 seconds, there's a 10% chance for 15% luck for 10 seconds. If you do miss a fish, you will automatically get a higher rarity fish, which is pretty insane. So if you do get a legendary and you miss that, you'll get a mythical. That is broken. So you automatically just want to miss a fish, so you get a higher rarity fish, which is pretty good. The next rod a lot of you guys will like, it's called the Wisdom rod. It will give you loads of XP. So every single 5 catches, you'll get a XP bonus on that fish. So this is a rod that will give you XP so that you can get that max level quicker. We now move on to the lost rod. Every 8 perfect catches will give you 85% luck for the next 3 catches. It's kind of hard to get 8 perfect catches, so plus almost 100% luck for the next 3 catches is kinda insane, not gonna lie. It's just gonna make you want to get perfect catches all the time. However, we're now going to move on to the rod of the Forgotten Fang. 5 perfect catches gives a higher tier fish with a 5 to 10% size buff. So every time you get 5 perfect catches, you'll get a higher tier fish with a size buff. Pretty good. Pretty much like the lost rod, but a little bit worse. If I'm going to be honest with you, the Forgotten Fang might be a little bit better, if I'm going to be honest with you. However, we're now going to move on to one of the best rods in the game that you can get. The Celestial Rod. Every single 250 fishes, you will get 5 minutes of 50% luck, 30% extra lure speed. We will also get a Celestial Mutation and 30% extra XP. So you're just going to get a ton of rare fish, a ton of money for 5 minutes every 250 fishes summoned. Sure, that's all of the rods in the game, so you guys know what rods to craft for, and peace out.
Mm-hmm.